Four conferences were in action last night. Yep, the holiday's over. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Well, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and got to spend time with family. I hope you had a safe New Year. I certainly enjoyed time with my family. It's one of my favorite times of year. Get to see people I haven't seen for a while, so I always take a break around Christmas time. I did go down and cover a game, on the 30th. That was a lot of fun. But for the most part, just kind of got away from basketball and spent some time with family. Today, what we're going to do is we're just going to catch you up with what top 25 action happened over the holiday. And first, I want to remind you that the new poll will come out next week. So, or what is it, January 3rd, the 15th, whatever day that is. I flunked calendar E's in school. So we're on the same top 25 until then. Hey, a couple things I want to touch on first. These are some milestones that some players have passed. Tyrion Payne out of Kaiser, he crossed the 1,000-point career club. Congratulations to him. That's a great accomplishment. And then Caden Furman at Taylor, 1,500 career points. 1,500 career points. Congratulations, Caden. And then at Montana Tech, they said, hey, we're going to show you up. We're going to put two in the 1,000-point club. And these are a couple of good ones. Michael and then Ifeanyi Okeke both joined that prestigious club on December 28th. Two great basketball players there for the Ore Diggers. Well, let's take a look at, we're going to go through the top 25, the conferences that were in action tonight. Try to touch on, what top 25 teams played over the holiday. So let's start with number 3, Freed Hardeman. They played Kaiser on New Year's Eve. They beat them 95-72. So they go to 15-1, and they'll host Bethel, Tennessee style on January 11th, and that's going to kick off Mid-South play for Freed Hardeman. The Masters, they played Stanton University. It was an exhibition, so they stay at 12-2. They're going to be at Hope International Saturday, and that's going to kick off GSAC play for them. LSU Alexandria, now the Red River was in action tonight, but LSU Alexandria wasn't, but they are 13-1, and they are going to play LSU Shreveport on Saturday. Who was in action was Our Lady of the Lake. They fell to Southwest. I didn't get the stats. I had to watch a game to get the score. I don't know why you can't get stats out of there, but that's a different day discussion. Our Lady of the Lake fell 99-88. Give Southwest all the credit in the world. Our Lady of the Lake made a run at them late. I think they got within 5, but they were pressing Southwest toward the end, and they broke the press every time, and the last 2 minutes of the game was just a dunk-a-thon. So the more they pressed, the worse it got, and they ended up winning going away. So Our Lady of the Lake falls tonight. So let's take a look at the standings from the conference. First, the games. No surprises here. Well, the only surprise was what I talked about. Southwest did beat Our Lady of the Lake. So let's take a quick look at the standings now. LSU Alexandria has a full 1-point game lead over Xavier. Half game lead. Our Lady of the Lake now, they're going to be 8-3, tied with Texarkana for third. So let's take a look at what that means. So on Saturday, Texas A&M Texarkana is in action, and that is going to be a critical game as they try to break out and take hold of third place. Also, game to watch in the Red River on Saturday. LSU Shreveport is at LSU Alexandria. Why is that game important? Because it's LSU Shreveport at LSU Alexandria. Two great teams and a very unpredictable outcome. Montana Tech over the holiday, they played Kings, Alberta. They beat them. They went to 12-1. Montana Tech will be at Rocky Mountain on Saturday, and they will kick off Frontier Conference play. The GPAC was in action tonight. Northwestern, they hosted Hastings, and this was a bit of a surprise. Hastings has struggled all year. They haven't won a game in the conference. I think they're 1-13, 1-14 right now. But they gave Northwestern one of the toughest games Northwestern has faced this year. You know, this Northwestern team is really, really good. And the Hastings gave them everything they could possibly ask for. In the end, and especially in Orange City, that was very commendable it's a tough place to win. So, but anyway, Northwestern hung on down the stretch. They beat them 95-86. So the Northwestern Raiders, they go to 15-0. Jesse Van Kalsbeek, 23-11. Patented double-double for him. And then Alex Van Kalsbeek, 28.6 rebounds. So they're at Midland on Saturday. They have to go on the road. Also in action tonight, the unbeaten Dordt Defenders. They hosted Doane tonight. They just took care of business, 94-73. Lucas Lorenzen, you can see there, 26 points, 4 rebounds. Bryce Kopic, 19.6 rebounds. And Luke Rankin, the guy who makes it go, 10 assists. So Dordt, a game of note, they're going to go to Concordia on Saturday. Concordia has a similar style, very good program, Concordia, and it's hard to win in Seward. So that'll be interesting. Keep your eye on that game. Trust me, Dordt knows that too. That you probably won't be able to buy a ticket for that game. So Dordt goes to 15-0 tonight. Morningside, they were idle tonight, but over the holiday, they went to Bellevue. They played in a tournament. They beat Mayville, 97-76. Big win there. Mayville's a pretty good team. And then they also beat Bellevue, 76-72. So two tough tests for them over the holiday. But they go to 13-3, and they're going to travel to Doane on Saturday. Now, I am not an expert on the GPAC. I just play one on the radio. But Doane, in my knowledge or history of watching the GPAC, is a dangerous place to go. A lot of teams have fell there when they were supposed to win. So let's just keep an eye on that game on Saturday as the Morningside Mustangs head over there. Langston, the Sooner was in action tonight, but Langston was not. They'll host Central Christian on Saturday. Of course, Langston had that big win over Oklahoma Wesleyan on the 29th. That was a big win for them. Probably the strongest game I've seen them play this year, especially their second half. They won that game 80-67 after trailing at halftime. Langston is 11-2, and as I said, they're going to host Central Christian on Saturday. Let's take a look at what happened in the Sooner. Really a full slate of games there. Really only one surprise. No surprises in this conference. Wayland Baptist won. That was important. I'll show you why. John Brown won. So let's look at the standings here. So Wayland Baptist now has a what is a 1.5 game lead over Langston and John Brown. And Nelson's right there. It's getting pretty tight at the top, but Wayland Baptist is not shaking the lead. A couple games to really watch in the Sooner on Saturday. Central Christian is going to go over to Langston. Langston has to win. They have to. They're at home. They have to win. They have to. Or Wayland Baptist is just going to run away. John Brown is at Wayland Baptist. That's going to be a war. That's going to be, man, if you're anywhere in that area, get over to that game. That's going to be a very, very good game. So the Sooner is shaping up like a good battle. Let's walk through the crossroads real quick. Over the holiday, the Bethel Pilots defeated Cornerstone on, what was that, the 30th. They beat them 91-83. Big win. Anytime you can get a win over Cornerstone, it's a big win. They go to 11-3, and they're going to be at Mount Vernon Nazarene on Saturday as the Pilots get back into crossroads play. Now, Grace, they did like me. They took the whole holiday period off. They're going to host Goshen on Saturday. They're 11-3, and 12-2 is Huntington. They beat Olivet Nazarene at home the other day on the 30th, 79-64, and they're going to Marion on Saturday. A little bit of a trap game. Marion's down a little bit. You might get lulled to sleep a little bit. When you drive into Indianapolis, boy, you better be ready. I don't care what the records are. And Indiana Wesleyan has to go up to Fort Wayne and take on St. Francis. That's another game where you can throw out the records. Now, Indiana Wesleyan did play that game against Madonna there. I think it was right before a Pacers game. That was kind of a cool deal for the players. Indiana Wesleyan beat them pretty handily, but it was nice to see that opportunity for all those players. So Indiana Wesleyan is 11-3, and they're going to play St. Francis on Saturday. The game of the night. Graceland went to Baker, and it really, Graceland had them, on the ropes. They were throwing body jabs and took them up to the ropes, hit them in the head. Baker looked like they were in big trouble. They were down double digits almost the entire second half. And then they started making a move with about 5 minutes. They move, they fall back. They move, they fall back. And then they made a big push at the end, and they ended up coming back and beating Graceland. I tell you, it was a really, really good game. So Baker goes to 13-1. Keenan Russell, his layup with 3 seconds finally put Baker over the top for the game winner. A big win for Baker. You'll see in the standings they're in a big battle with Graceland for that Hart Conference lead, or lead, I guess I should say. So they won 65-64 again, thanks to Keenan Russell's layup right near the buzzer. Ty Henry, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Ahmed Magoob, he had 15 points, 4 rebounds. They're going to be at William Penn on Saturday. Another tough place to play. And, of course, Graceland fell in that game, and they're going to host Mid-American Nazarene on Saturday. And Graceland goes to 12-2. Tough loss for Graceland. Big win for Baker. So in the rest of the Heart, again, no surprises. I think William Penn went down. I don't know if that was a big surprise. They're both about in the middle of the pack, but that was a tough loss for William Penn. I'll show you here in the standings. Baker has a solid 2-game lead now. Peru State's another, half game back. William Penn goes to 5-3. William Penn has to win. They want to stay in that top 4. Let's look at who's up this weekend. So Baker is going to go to William Penn, as we said. That's one of the games I've got picked for Saturday. And then Mid-American Nazarene is going to Graceland. So Baker and Graceland both have their hands full. Graceland has, I don't want to misspeak, but I think they've lost 2 straight now. They have, and Mid-American Nazarene is not going to roll over. I don't care what the records are. So, but keep an eye on that Baker-William Penn game. Ave Maria, they finished up. I didn't finish up late. I got the score late. I lied. They played Florida National tonight. They just beat them. It's 120-73. Ave Maria loves to run a track meet, and that's what they did tonight. Michael Kleckis, 18 points, 9 rebounds. Jonathan Efforts, 17 points, 5 rebounds. So the Gyrenes go to 12-3, and I hope they saved a few of those points because they got to go to Florida Memorial on Saturday. Now, they've had some luck with Florida Memorial, but you want to talk about 2 different basketball styles. Oh, boy. Ave Maria wants to get out and run, and Florida Memorial just wants to just pound you to death, send 5 to the boards. It's the battle of 2 styles. Kaiser, they didn't play tonight, but they played on December 31st. They fell to Freed Hardeman. I think we mentioned that earlier. So Kaiser is 11-2, and they're going to host New College of Florida on Saturday. Rio Grande, they played over the holiday. They went to Mount Vernon Nazarene. They fell 85-81. So they go to 10-3, and they're going to be at Shawnee State on Saturday. And then Oklahoma Wesleyan, of course, we talked about that loss to Langston. Really, if you're an Oklahoma Wesleyan fan, that had to be brutal because they were up 5 at halftime. It looked like they really could control Langston, but the Langston size just kind of dominated the last 12 minutes of that game. Anyway, so Oklahoma Wesleyan, they went to 9-4 with that loss, and they're going to host Bethany on Saturday. You're all caught up. That was pretty simple. So we'll be back on Monday, catch you up with the weekend. We're going to have Corey Alford on Tuesday. On Monday, the Monday show is just way too much to fit in and have a guest. So we'll have Corey Alford on Tuesday. Any coaches that I haven't got a hold of, don't be shy. Reach out to me, cascadehoopstalk@gmail.com, or just send me a note on Twitter and or X, and we'll definitely get you on. I really want to thank everybody who listens, and it's good to be back. I leave early this morning and heading for basketball all weekend. Snow in the Cascade Mountains. I love the snow in the Cascade Mountains, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.